अस्सलाम वालेकुम सोशल मीडिया फैमिली, उम्मीद आप लोग ठीक ठाक होंगे और खैर आफियत होंगे। नब्ताहिल इकबाल और जो मेरी को होस्ट हैं ज़ुखरूफ नफीस, हमें थोड़ी देर में वो ज्वाइन कर लेंगी। आई वेलकम यू ऑल ऑन आवर ऑफिशियल शो वुमेनेसिया प्रेजेंटेड बाय यूथ मीडिया नेटवर्क। तो आज हमें ज्वाइन किया है जिसने, उनका नाम है जुनैरा वहीद। जुनैरा वहीद, शी इज एन इंस्पिरेशनल यंग ऑथर। इनके बारे में मैं आपको कुछ बताना चाहूंगी सबसे पहले, क्योंकि आज की जो हमारी गेस्ट हैं वो कोई नॉर्मल नहीं है, पर्सन नहीं है। शी इज वेरी टैलेंटेड। तो आई वांट यू टू नो अबाउट हर। शी इज 14 ईयर ओल्ड, शी इज इन 9th ग्रेड। ये ओमान से ताल्लुक रखती हैं। इसके अलावा क्रिएटिव हैं ये, बहुत सारी चीजें लिखती हैं, आर्टिकल्स लिखती हैं, राइटर हैं, मेंबर बहुत सारी क्लब्स की मेंबर हैं, जिनमें लिटरेचर क्लब है एट इंटरनेशनल स्कूल, पाकिस्तान यूथ वेलफेयर एसोसिएशन पाकिस्तान। इसके अलावा ये एक एनजीओ है इंडिया, इसके साथ भी काम करती हैं। इनके अचीवमेंट्स में के बारे में मैं आपको थोड़ा सा बताती चलूं तो इन्होंने क्या किया है, मोटिवेशनल आर्टिकल लिखा है इन्होंने, काउंट द ब्लेसिंग, पब्लिश हुआ है ये रावी मैगजीन पाकिस्तान में। इसके अलावा इन्होंने एक और आर्टिकल लिखा था, वेयर आर यू, पब्लिश्ड एट रावी मैगजीन। मोटिवेशनल आर्टिकल, टेक अ स्टैंड, लेंड अ हैंड, ये एक इन्होंने आर्टिकल लिखा है। इसके अलावा इन्होंने एक और आर्टिकल लिखा है, डोंट लेट अदर्स डिफाइन यू। आप नाम से भी अंदाजा लगा सकते हैं, माशाल्लाह बहुत टैलेंटेड है हमारी आज की गेस्ट। चलते हैं फिर अपने अगले सेगमेंट की तरफ। तो सब तो थैंक यू सो मच जुनैरा, आपने हमें ज्वाइन किया, आपने हमें टाइम दिया। सो ओवर नो डिले हम आपसे क्वेश्चन आंसर सेशन स्टार्ट करते हैं। तो मेरा पहला क्वेश्चन जो है वो है आपसे कि व्हाट इज दैट टॉपिक दैट यू फाउंड difficult in discussing as a public speaker?
First of all, it's an honor to be here. It's my pleasure, and I'm really excited for this. And to answer your question, I think it's a really interesting question. And if you asked me a while back when I first started public speaking, I would definitely say a lot of things. But now that I'm really confident about public speaking and I've gone over different platforms and I've talked to different people, different audiences, I had experience. And to be honest, to think of a topic that I don't feel like I could talk about is hard, because I feel like I can talk about anything because I have passion for public speaking. And I think if you have passion for something, then to be honest, I don't think you can find it hard.
एग्जैक्टली व्हेन आपकी बातें बिल्कुल ठीक जो आपने कही कि जब आप इंसान बहुत सारे प्लेटफॉर्म्स पे जाता है, काम करता है, उसमें पब्लिक स्पीकिंग की जो होती है ना, एक सेंस क्रिएट हो जाती है। मेरा आपसे नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन ये है, हाउ डिड यू डेवलप इंटरेस्ट इन फिक्शनल राइटिंग?
Well, once when I was a kid, my father got me a book, and I really wasn't interested in reading it. But once I really read the book, I realized I loved reading. I would spend days just finishing the book, and I would finish a book in a day if I was dedicated to finish it, just so I could get to the end. So that's kind of where it all started. I loved reading, and I thought, what I want to make other people love my work just as much, because I think it's cool how authors can make someone just love them so much over fiction. And yeah, I want people to experience that as well from my writing.
That's great. Over to next question. What is your future goals?
My future goals are set, and I definitely want to work harder than I'd work harder every single day just to achieve them. I definitely want to continue writing, because the thing about writing is once you put something on paper, that's it. It's there and it's going to stay there. There's so many great leaders and authors, just leaders in general. They're not here with us, but their words are still here. Like they still impact us. Can you feel that? Like they've left, but we're still inspired by them. So I think writing will help me do that, and I really want to help people, help them make changes into their life. If I can do that, I think that would be really great.
एग्जैक्टली exactly, इसके साथ मैं बताती चलो अपनी ऑडियंस को, हमें शायद मेरी को होस्ट जो है जुखरुफ, उन्होंने हमें ज्वाइन कर लिया है। तो ओवर टू नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन। आपसे हम अपना क्वेश्चन जो है वो बताती हूँ मैं आपको। आफ्टर अचीविंग सो मच ऑन वेरियस प्लेटफॉर्म्स, व्हाट इज योर मोटिवेशन बिहाइंड इट?
Like I said, I really want to make a change in the world, and I think whatever I do, I think just impacting somebody in the long term is what my goal is. And so I wrote the article about forgiveness, like you stated earlier, and then my father's friend coincidentally read it, and he talked to him about it. He was like, he was in an argument with someone that the day just earlier, and he said how it impacted him. He thought that was really great, and he shared it with the person that he got into an argument with, and that really motivated me and just kind of made my day.
So we can say that it's your parents' effort that you are here,
Yeah,
and we
definitely.
really love that. Uh, of course, they made you read the book. They bought you things. They made your mind on that things, and after that, you got to know that you are interested too. So it's very parenting kind of thing that your parents are very interested in these kind of stuff. Over to next question. How you secure 90% score at your school while attempting various conferences, creative writing workshop, and being part of multiple clubs like French club, literature club, etc.
I think it all comes down to time management. And so a lot of the course that I took help you become a better person, and they taught me about time management as well. So if I have an exam the next day, I'll always try to get that out of the way so that I've studied and I'm positive that I'm going to get good grades in it. And then if I'm doing a course, I'll try doing the work that I do for that. And the thing about the school is that they definitely dedicate students to working great academically as well as extracurricular activities. So I can always find time because they have specific hours of the day where they're studying, and then there's also extracurricular activities. So it's kind of part of my routine to do both.
Don't you find it hard to manage things like clubs or studies? Sometimes it's very difficult, as a student, or in ninth grade, when you're so young and you have to put, give time to your friends and books, and also you have to give time to yourself for further, reading and relax yourself for writing. How can you even manage? मतलब
You're definitely
बहुत
right.
मुश्किल लगता है.
Yeah, it's not easy all the time. It gets hard sometimes to, keep up with everything. But there's always weekends, and there's always winter vacation, spring break, summer break. I think it's just, sometimes it does get overwhelming. So like I said, I take a day and I just take it day by day. There's like moments when I'm just taking a day for myself. Self-care is really important as well.
Do your parents help you with that stuff? Sometimes parents they help you manage the things.
Yeah, my parents definitely helped me a lot, but I'm not sure what you mean by they help me. Like, because I'm so much of an individual and I'm very independent. So I don't think I've had my parents help in studying for school, especially since 5th grade. But my parents do help me a lot because I don't think I'd be here without them.
मेरा नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन ये है कि आप क्या एडवाइस देना चाहेंगी हमारे लिसनर्स को जो हमें सुन रहे हैं, आपकी तरह डिफरेंट प्लेटफॉर्म्स पे काम करना चाहते हैं, आप किस तरीके से वो प्रेजेंट कर सकते हैं अपने आप को?
Number one, to always stay determined, because I think determination leads to success. Because I feel like all the great leaders, if you think about it, if they weren't determined about the one thing that they left behind, they wouldn't have like gotten up and done what they were supposed to do to achieve that. And I think that's why we need to keep in mind what our goal is and to stay determined. And I'd say just love yourself, because loving yourself is really, really important. And no matter how many people support you in your goal, or you will never like really be happy unless you love yourself. I think that if there's a lot of people, young people in Pakistan, I think if we learn to just learn these things and live by them, I think Pakistan's really got a bright future ahead of itself.
Okay, Zukhruf is here with us. Assalamu alaikum, Zukhruf. Am I audible to you?
Yeah.
Okay, first of all, yes, you're audible. हम कमेंट्स ले लेते हैं क्योंकि काफी सारे कमेंट्स आए हुए हैं ऑडियंस के जो हमें सुन रहे हैं, तो थोड़े से कमेंट्स की तरफ चलते हैं पहले। सबसे पहले मोहम्मद ज़ुनैरा, उसके अलावा सुंबल कह रही है बेस्ट ऑफ लक एवरीवन, थैंक यू। वसीम तारिक कह रहे हैं वालेकुम अस्सलाम। नूरुलैन कह रही हैं गुड लक ज़ुनैरा। आयजा अनवर कह रही हैं कीप गोइंग गर्ल। फिजा शकील कह रही हैं बेस्ट ऑफ लक एवरीवन। शहबानो शहजादी कह रही हैं माशाल्लाह। सुंबल नवाज कह रही हैं अमेजिंग। हुमा जाहिद कह रही हैं बेस्ट ऑफ लक। फातिम कह रही हैं कीप इट अप। सुंबल नवाज कह रही हैं माशाल्लाह। आयजा अनवर कह रही हैं गुड लक ज़ुनैरा, मोर पावर टू यू। शहजादी रुबाब कह रही हैं वाओ। सबा महर कह रही हैं ओके बेस्ट ऑफ लक। मुंतहा खालिद कह रही हैं यस यूर ट्रू। इसके अलावा ईमान काजी कह रही हैं वाओ। सुंबल नवाज कह रही हैं अल्लाह ब्लेस यू अलॉट, थैंक यू। ईमान काजी कह रही हैं सच अ टैलेंट। सरदार इम्तियाज कह रहे हैं शी इज सो टैलेंटेड, ऑफ कोर्स शी इज। उसके अलावा शहजादी कह रही हैं शी इज आउटस्टैंडिंग। नूरुलैन कह रही हैं मोर पावर टू यू गर्ल। मुंतहा खालिद कह रही हैं दिस इज ऑल इन ऑथर्स हैंड, कोर्स। फिजा शकील कह रही हैं सो टैलेंटेड माशाल्लाह। हुमा जाहिद कह रही हैं अमेजिंग माशाल्लाह। गुलजार कह रहे हैं सो टैलेंटेड माशाल्लाह। नूरुलैन कह रही हैं अच्छा गुड मोटिवेशन माशाल्लाह। फिजा शकील कह रही हैं अमेजिंग शो। फातिमा कह रही हैं आई एम इम्प्रेस्ड। नवाज कह रही हैं वेरी इम्प्रेसिव। इसके अलावा सहर फातिमा कह रही हैं ग्रेट इनिशिएटिव। मोहम्मद वहीद इकबाल कह रहे हैं बेस्ट ऑफ लक पाकिस्तान। सहर फातिमा कह रही हैं ज़ुनैरा इज एन इंस्पिरेशन फॉर अस, ऑफ कोर्स शी इज। मुंतहा खालिद कह रही हैं you're right, loving yourself is the best thing that can do for himself, love yourself first। शहबानो शहजादी कह रही हैं ओके। कमेंट्स हो गए हैं तो हम अगले क्वेश्चन की तरफ चलते हैं। ओवर टू यू ज़ुखरुफ, आर यू ऑडिबल? एम आई ऑडिबल?
Yeah, you're audible.
ओके, नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन की तरफ चलते हैं। कमेंट्स क्योंकि हमने काफी ले लिए हैं, तो नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन मेरा आपसे, आप लिटरेचर में सीरियस इंटरेस्ट रखती हैं तो आपकी मोस्टली कहानियां इस थीम को रिप्रेजेंट करती हैं, किस थीम को मोस्टली कहानियां आपकी रिप्रेजेंट करती हैं?
So a lot of them are basically fiction, but there's something that's common in most of my stories, and it's that I always show that there's something deeper, like the deeper lesson that needs to be said behind the fiction or like the monsters. There's always something that's real that does apply to this world. Yeah, you can't do magic in this world, but there is a deeper meaning behind every single story that I write.
ओके, नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन की तरफ चलते हैं। ड्यू टू कोविड-19, students are lacking motivation to study since they are always away from school environment. So how can they perform well and motivative themselves?
I think it's important to keep in mind that what we're doing right now, it's so important because it adds to our future. It's hard to, keep up with studies because it's not that motivating at the moment, but we can still learn. We can still communicate with our teacher. We can ask questions. She's going to answer. And we are so blessed that we're able to learn because there's so many people in the world right now that can't even learn. And we're lucky that we have that chance. And there's this quote that just popped in my head. My favorite singer, Sabrina Carpenter, she once said, "The present is our future past. We've got to make this moment last." I think it just applies so well here because everything we do right now does affect our future. And what we do right now has to be good enough to the goals that we want to achieve in our future. And I think it's just important to keep in mind to always be positive because like I said, there's bad things, but there's also good things. Like, I don't think a lot of us spend this much time with our family. And for me, quarantine has been amazing and I got a lot closer to my family.
Of course, in quarantine, everyone has so much time to spend with their family. You also got so many time for them, while you're away at school or club. When it's not COVID, you don't have time for your family, and you're so busy kind of person. Even you're home, I guess you're not with them. So in COVID-19, do you start any new activity or to start any kind of new work?
Yeah, I've joined, like I said, like you said, I've joined a lot of courses and I wasn't that focused on my creative writing because I didn't have a lot of time for it. Like you said, I was in a lot of clubs and I was always busy with them. So once in March schools closed down, there was like a time period where schools didn't start online at all. So I focused on my creative writing a lot more at that time.
Okay. Uh, over to next question, जी Zukhruf, आप क्वेश्चन करना चाहेंगे कोई?
My question, yeah, sure. My question is, as you're part of Technovation Girls 2021, and you people are, you girls are trying to, working on some mobile application. So, would you tell me how would it contribute to the society? How would it solve uh, problems of the society? Can you please tell me that?
Yeah, I'm so glad you asked that because Technovation is something that I think everybody should give a try. I think it's a great opportunity. Basically, Technovation Idea Lab, they're working in collaboration with UNESCO, and basically, girls from all around the world have to identify the problems in our society, and then figure out the solution through AI. So I did something with them this summer, and I'm going to do something for them this coming year as well. What we're planning to do is an app on mental health. Mental health is so important, and a lot of people work towards it, but I don't think everyone does as much as they should. This app is basically like a chatbot where you put in what you're feeling, and if you're feeling sad, upset, the chatbot's going to help you. I think it's really great because not everybody in their life has someone they can talk to. I'm so blessed that I have my family and my friends, but I think a lot of people just need a stranger sometime, and the app is that stranger. Once the person that the user, once they express their feelings and just figure out what's wrong, like what they're feeling, and they tell the chatbot is going to give them links to motivational videos that are related to what they're going through at the moment so that they can feel motivated once again.
Well, either you want to.
Sorry, can you please repeat that?
Well, it's great to know your idea. I really like it, and it's very productive also. Over to next question, I want to ask you, as you're so talented, mashallah, and so many clubs you're joining in. and you're no public speaking. How can we overcome stage fear?
I think anyone who has stage fright isn't confident in themselves. I think that if you're on stage and you feel like you're not doing so great, that's where the stage fright starts. It's important to keep in mind that like you're the person on the stage and what you're saying is right. Once you keep that in mind, I think at the end of the day, when you have passion and when you know what you're saying is right, the stage fright automatically goes away because then you know what you're saying and you really want to deliver something to the audience. So whenever I'm talking to someone or I'm giving a speech, I always keep in mind that I'm the one who knows the speech and the topic is important to me and this is right and I need to let others know as well so that they can understand.
I guess believing in yourself is the first stage to get over some fears. Is it even if stage fright or any other?
Yeah,
Just have
definitely.
to be yourself or just have to believe in yourself that you can do it. And sometimes people don't understand this fact, this simple fact that they can do it. They don't even know. They need someone to, put them forward and ask them, nahi, you can do it. Just do it. You can do. So I think it's the first thing. So just, जैसे पहले आपने कहा, you have to love yourself, you have to understand yourself. This is the first thing you have to do. Over to next question. जी, Zukhruf.
My question is that how did you sharpen your skills? Uh, um, I think she's okay. How did you sharpen your skills? Working skills or something related to it?
Yeah, a lot of these workshops and online courses that I've been doing in quarantine have definitely helped a lot. So the thing is, I'm still studying, I'm still a student, so my studies are my priority. So I try not to enroll in a lot of long courses because I don't think I'll have time to dedicate myself to those. So I always take like short courses. And the thing is, they don't give a lot of homework, but you do get to do stuff. And I think once I do go down whatever career path I go down, I'll have a basic knowledge of that because learning different things with these courses is going to help me in the long run. Am I audible?
Yes, you are. Exactly. Everything's nothing go wasted, जब भी आप कोई चीज़ करते हैं, किसी चीज़ में पार्टिसिपेट करते हैं, हमेशा उसका फ़ायदा ही होता है एंड यू आर डूइंग सो ग्रेट और इंशाल्लाह इन फ्यूचर आपको बहुत फ़ायदा होगा इस चीज़ का। तो कमेंट्स की तरफ चलते हैं। कमेंट्स में माशाल्लाह काफ़ी कमेंट्स आए हुए हैं और लोग आपको बहुत एप्रिशिएट कर रहे हैं।
Thank you.
एक सेकंड। कमेंट्स की तरफ चलते हुए कहते हैं फातिमा वहीद कह रही हैं या क्वारंटीन डिड अलाउ अस टू पॉलिश आवर स्किल्स। कोर्स क्वारंटीन में इतना टाइम मिल गया है, आप चाहे उसे पॉजिटिवली यूज करें चाहे उसे नेगेटिवली यूज करें, कुछ उसको वेस्ट कर रहे थे, कुछ उसको प्रोडक्टिवली यूज कर रहे हैं। फिजा शकील कह रही हैं इम्प्रेसिव। फातिमा वहीद कह रही हैं या इट्स क्वाइट हार्ड टू एक्सप्लेन अदर्स व्हेन यू आर गोइंग थ्रू एंजाइटी बिकॉज क्वेश्चन दोस फीलिंग्स। नूरुद्दीन कह रही हैं दैट्स सच अ ग्रेट इनिशिएटिव एट योर एंड। Miha Baloch कह रही हैं and now I got an amazing point that's really great putting your emotions. सुमिल नवाज कह रही हैं माशाल्लाह। हानिया मजहर कह रही हैं and again an inspiring personality is here. जहरा आफ्ताब कह रही हैं वेरी टैलेंटेड। हानिया मजहर कह रही हैं यू स्पीक वेरी नाइसली गर्ल। उसके अलावा हुमा जाहिद कह रही हैं वेरी टैलेंटेड। सबा मेहर कह रही ईमान कह रही हैं शी इज सो हार्ड वर्किंग ट्रूली एडमायरेबल। Iman
Thank
Sajad
you.
कह रही हैं Zunaira, you're so inspiring. A very best of luck for your further progress. Sidra Javed कह रही हैं exactly if you are working on something that you really care about, you don't have to be pushed. The vision pulls you. Exactly. Sabah Meher कह रही हैं believe in yourself, can do it. Of course. Sabah Meher कह रही हैं never give up. Of course. Next comment की तरफ चलते हैं। सुम्बल नवाज कह रही हैं ideal personality. हानिया मजहर कह रही हैं you speak very nicely girl. उसके अलावा कमेंट्स हो गए हैं आई गेस। क्वेश्चन की तरफ चलते हैं। जी जुखरुफ।
So it's kind of like, as you're a good writer and you speak so well, can you just tell some things or some points which you keep in mind while writing something, while writing a story or anything related?
I always try to keep in mind that someone's gonna read it and it's gonna be with them for a long time. Because whenever I read something, it sticks in my head, and I take what the authors write personally and I try to implement the positive things in my life. So whether it's a motivational article or a fictional story where I'm adding humor, mystery, and murder, I always try, like I said earlier, to put something that can motivate someone.
All right. Now moving on to something different. Uh, it's a small segment called Rapid Fire. So first off, being a good writer, who would you love to meet? Your favorite author?
My favorite author is Soman Chainai. I think he's really cool. I think it's great how he writes something and he really makes you feel as if you're the character. His words are so powerful, and that's what I admire about him.
Okay, now moving to the other question. Just starting. Okay. So, what was the first, when you wrote your first story, what was it based on? Like, what was the theme of it?
I wrote my first story for a short story competition at my school, and it was a murder mystery.
ओके, नेक्स्ट
All
क्वेश्चन की तरफ
right.
चलते हैं। नेक्स्ट है, अगर कोई बुक आपकी लाइफ पर मबनी हो तो उसका टाइटल क्या होगा?
Say confessions of a normal person, because I think it's really great when people tell me I'm so talented and hardworking, but I also want to show the world that what I'm doing, they can do it as well.
Okay, that's great. Next question, travel around the world or meeting your favorite author?
Definitely travel around the world, because I think a lot of people have different personalities, and once you travel the world, I think you get to meet so many people, and everyone has so much to tell you and teach you. So it's a thousand things to learn once you travel around the world, and you never know, I might just run into the author.
That's a wise
Nice.
decision. You have experienced so many things that can help you writing.
Yeah, exactly.
नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन की तरफ चलते हैं,
Obviously,
ज़ुखरुफ।
when she'll travel around the world, is there any? Well, obviously, when she'll travel around the world and she'll explore things and exposure ज़्यादा मिलेगा and she'll get to learn a lot of new things. And I think that's better than meeting the author. You never know you meet the author where you are going.
Yeah, exactly.
एज जस्ट मेरा क्वेश्चन ये है कि एज योर ऑथर,
Mm.
सो मतलब जैसे बुक रीडिंग हेल्प करती है ऑथर को लिखने में डिफरेंट स्टोरीज, डिफरेंट कॉन्सेप्ट्स, तो लोगों से बात करने में भी क्या वैसे ही फीलिंग होती है? लाइक लोगों से अगर आप बात करें, डिफरेंट लोगों से बात करें किसी भी स्पेशल टॉपिक के ऊपर, किसी किसी एक स्पेसिफिक टॉपिक के ऊपर, दैट हेल्प्स यू राइट और नॉट
Yeah,
एज कंपेयर टू
definitely.
रीडिंग बुक्स?
Yeah, I think they both help. Reading helps, obviously, but I think, like I said, traveling, like you mentioned, I can learn so much more, and that can help my writing. By talking to someone, that's real life. Reading is great, but real life is also a source of inspiration.
Of course, books are sometimes fictional. They don't depend
Yeah,
on, reality. But the human life,
exactly.
it's all about reality, and you have to, experience that. You have to learn that. Fictional is something that you can easily create it. You can create it
Yeah,
on your own.
yeah,
जी
but the
ज़ुखरुफ, आपका
inspiration
कोई
always
क्वेश्चन?
comes from real life.
Yeah, actually, Nabtahil, to add on, I'd say that socialization is really very important because when you meet people, you get to know what they think about this. You get to know about their opinions and how they just judge things or how they look into the thing because a coin has two faces. So you just see one side, but maybe the other person sees the other side. So I think it's really important to socialize rather than just reading books. It would be far better way. It would be far better to just socialize and interact with different people, and get to learn what are their opinion and what's your. Because you're saying you're right, you're always right, but it's not always like that. So interaction, socialization, these are the things which I think are really, really important.
Yeah, you're definitely right. Because you're right. You can be right, but there's situations when the situation isn't 100% black and white. There's a lot of gray area, and to look at it from the other person's point of view, like you said, a coin has two faces, and you always have to understand a situation from all angles before you can make a decision.
मेरा नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन आपसे ये है कि आप बहुत सारी बुक्स रीड करती हैं, आपकी फेवरेट बुक कौन सी है और कौन सी बुक आप सजेस्ट करना चाहेंगी दैट कैन हेल्प एनीवन इन अ पॉजिटिव वे?
My favorite author, like I said, is Soman Chainani, and his School for Good and Evil series is one of my all-time favorites. So I would recommend everyone to read that, or Harry Potter. But I think half the world has read it already because it's such a great book.
एग्जैक्टली. सो मैं आपसे नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन मेरा ये है कि देयर इज अ सपोज देयर इज अ पर्सन हु इज बहुत ज्यादा वो नेगेटिव हुआ है और बहुत ज्यादा डिसअपॉइंट है व्हेन यू आर वर्किंग. अप्स एंड डाउन्स आते रहते हैं लाइफ में. कभी आपके काम को अप्रिशिएट किया जाता है, कभी आपके काम को अप्रिशिएट नहीं किया जाता है, बिकॉज उसमें भी कमी होती है, उसको भी पॉलिश की जरूरत होती है. तो ऐसे सिचुएशन आपने फेस किया है व्हेन यू राइट समथिंग बट यू गेट डिसअपॉइंटेड ऑन यू डोंट गेट अप्रिशिएटेड ऑन दैट? ऐसी कोई सिचुएशन आपने फेस की है लाइफ में?
Yeah, 100%, definitely. Everybody's faced those moments in life, and when you're going through that, it seems like you're the only one going through it, as if you're the only one who feels that way. But everyone, and the most successful people, the greatest leaders of our world, they've all went through it, and there's no guarantee that it won't happen in the future. A huge part of success is to always keep learning something, and you won't learn unless you fail.
एग्जैक्टली. कमेंट्स में रीड करी थी, तो कमेंट्स में एक कमेंट था कि आप अभी इतनी यंग हैं, बच्ची हैं, और आप अपने इर्द गिर्द बहुत सारे अपनी एज के बच्चों को इंस्पायर कर रही हैं कि आप वो लिखें, वो पढ़ें चीज़ों को, वो एक्सप्लोर करें. तो आपकी भी स्कूल में मतलब अराउंड योर आपकी फ्रेंड्स वगैरह या जो भी आपका सर्कल है उसमें बहुत सारी जब कहते हैं कंपनी का बहुत ज्यादा फर्क पड़ता है, तो वो भी क्या आपसे इंस्पायर हो के इस तरीके की चीजें ट्राई करती रहती हैं, आप उनको सजेस्ट करती हैं?
Yeah, definitely. I think that, like I said, I want to leave an impression, and I can only start doing that with the people closest to me. I always try to get people around me to experience new things and to give everything a chance. And, I'm doing this as a writer and by public speaking, but there's so many other ways that you can make a change in the world, a positive change. And it doesn't just have to be creative writing or public speaking. I think whatever your passion is, that's how you can change the world.
कोई मैसेज जो आप यंग राइटर्स को देना चाहें? जी जुखरुफ, आप कुछ कहना चाह रही हैं?
Okay. Yeah, I will, but let her answer your question first.
Yeah, sorry, what was your question?
मेरा क्वेश्चन था कि कोई जो यंग ऑथर्स हैं वो लिखने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं बट दे नॉट एट योर लेवल, उनको कोई मैसेज देना चाहेंगी आप?
Yeah, I'd say don't give up because I'm doing great, but I mean, look at me, and there's so many other great authors in the world. Like I said, Soman Chainani, my favorite author. But the thing is, I can't expect myself to be as great as he is right now because he's worked for it, he's worked hard, and I'm working hard, and one day I'll get there. So I'd say just keep trying and work hard because Perfection is overrated, and everyone just seems to think that it just happens over time. But it takes time to get something right. And if you have the passion, just that's great because then you don't want to give up.
Exactly. Don't give up. It's the best message. जी Zukhruf.
So, I just got to know you are a serious literature writer. So, are you going to continue with this or would try something else?
Do you mean as a career?
Yeah.
I definitely want to give everything else a chance because, like you said, I'm so young right now, and I don't think I'm going to make up my mind right now about what my career is. But like I said, I definitely want to keep writing. Whatever, if I decide to do something else as a career path, I'm definitely going to keep writing and publishing and continuing to hopefully motivate a lot of people.
All right. So, did because when you start something, you get to, people mock you or taunt you, at times you see people saying, okay, she cannot do this. I don't know why she's doing, and she's a girl. Did you hear something like that? Was there something that hit you at the point, like, you just wanted to give up but didn't?
I think there's more
Some
of
situation or something?
for me, it's more of just my battle with myself because there's lows in life, and sometimes you're not so motivated. But I have so many people around me that care about me, my parents, my family. And the thing is, whenever you feel that way, or if there's someone who's saying those things about you, it's important to keep in mind that there are people who care about you, even though it may not seem like it may seem like you're hated because yeah, you are by some people, but the love that you have in your life is so much more.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Very good to
There
hear.
are so many people around you. कुछ आपको पसंद करते हैं, कुछ आपको नहीं पसंद करते, बट इट्स डिपेंड ऑन यू कि आप किस चीज पे ज्यादा फोकस करते हैं. आप चाहे तो गलत चीज को हावी होने दें अपने आप पर, चाहे तो चीज हावी होने दें. इट ऑल डिपेंड्स ऑन अस.
Exactly, depends on how
ओके.
you handle the situation.
Yeah, exactly.
ओके. एज आपने बताया कि आप बहुत सारे क्लब्स वगैरह में ज्वाइन किया हुआ है, तो आपने मतलब सबसे पहले आपको कहाँ से मतलब ये आइडिया आया कि आप मतलब अपने काम को फर्दर लेके चलेंगे, आप डिफरेंट क्लब्स और डिफरेंट सारी एसोसिएशंस ज्वाइन करें, बिकॉज यू आर इन 9th क्लास, और नॉर्मली स्टूडेंट्स इतने ज्यादा नहीं होते पैशनेट अपने काम को लेके, बहुत जैसे आप काफी पैशनेट हैं, लेकिन आपको मतलब ये किसी ने सजेस्ट किया या आपने खुद इसको सर्च किया या योर पेरेंट्स सजेस्टेड दैट?
So if you're talking about clubs, that's always been more of an interesting because I love literature, so I enrolled in literature club. I love a lot of different clubs like robotics, and I love robotics, so I just enrolled in that. But if you ask me about my writing and how I wanted to motivate the world, it was definitely both. It was definitely from different directions. Like there's so many people that I admire in the world, like the greatest leaders. And for public speaking, there's Romana J. Smith. Her speech, the work for the championship was amazing. So that inspired me to keep fighting. That was the message of her speech, and I thought that was great how she motivated my life. So I decided I wanted to make a change in other people's lives, and my parents support me, and I wouldn't be here without them.
एग्जैक्टली, बहुत सारे लोगों की सपोर्ट होती है तभी इंसान काम करता है. जैसे आपके पेरेंट्स काफी सपोर्टिव हैं, आपकी जो है इतनी सक्सेस के पीछे उनका भी बहुत बड़ा हाथ है. तो मेरा ये आपसे पूछना है कि जैसे आपके पेरेंट्स सपोर्टिव हैं, आपकी फ्रेंड्स वगैरह जो हैं, ऑफ कोर्स फ्रेंड्स जो हैं वो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट होते हैं लाइफ में, तो वो भी ऐसे ही सपोर्टिव हैं मतलब जब आपको जरूरत पड़ती है फॉर स्टडीज, समटाइम्स आप मैनेज नहीं कर पाते चीजों को, दे आर आल्सो सपोर्टिव विद यू?
Yeah, of course. I keep in mind to always have people around me that respect me and I respect them, and there's a mutual understanding because I think it's important to the company around you that they define you, and the people around me do care about me, and my friends definitely support me.
ऑफ कोर्स फ्रेंड्स की सपोर्ट वो बहुत ज़्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट होती है। आप कहीं फेल भी हो रहे हो ना, तो अगर वो सपोर्ट करें तो आप काफ़ी ज़्यादा ओवरकम कर जाते हो अपने फियर से। स्ट्रेस वगैरह अगर हो, कभी लिखने हो। वैसे मेरा क्वेश्चन आपसे ये है, वैसे एक बात निकल आई बात में कि जब आप लिखते हैं तो सबसे पहले कोई भी चीज़ अगर आप बनाने लगे हैं, जब आप चीज़ खुद बनाने लगे तो आपको पहले होता है कि पता नहीं पसंद आए, पसंद ना आए। आपको समटाइम्स लोग स्ट्रेस लेना स्टार्ट कर देते हैं, उनको एंजाइटी हो जाती है, वो बहुत ज़्यादा परेशान हो जाते हैं, फोकस नहीं कर पाते अपने काम पे। तो आप मतलब जब आप कोई चीज़ लिखती हैं, तो आप भी मतलब स्ट्रेस वगैरह ले लेती हैं, या फिर आप मतलब फ्रीली अपने काम में लिखती हैं, या इस चीज़ की फ़िक्र नहीं करती हैं कि किसी को पसंद आए या ना आए?
Nobody's perfect. That's what I try to keep in mind. So there's been a lot of times where I'm writing something and I keep going over it because somehow I think it's not perfect and I want it to be perfect. But there's also been times when I just write, it comes from the heart. And that's what's important because, like I said, once you're passionate about something, the rest of the things kind of just fade away.
थोड़े से कमेंट्स ले लेते हैं, कमेंट्स की तरफ चलते हैं। तो कमेंट्स में कह रही हैं, नूरुलैन कह रही हैं, हेल्पिंग अदर्स डेफिनेटली मोटिवेट्स यू इन अ बेटर लाइफ। एग्जैक्टली। हुमा शेख कह रही हैं, यू आर रियली एन इंस्पिरेशन फॉर यूथ। फिजा शकील कह रही हैं, माशाल्लाह। मुंतहा खालिद कह रही हैं, मोर पावर टू यू। नेहा बलोच कह रही हैं, Sawan, the blessings one is the best article by her. Okay. Sabah Meher कह रही हैं, I've learned many new things from this episode. Amazing. फिजा शकील कह रही हैं, exactly, passion drives you far. शहबानो शहजादी कह रही हैं, माशाल्लाह। सबा मेहर कह रही हैं, good suggestion. उसके अलावा हुमा शेख कह रही हैं, absolutely one should be, yeah, it's good thing to inspire by your work. महरीन दानिश कह रही हैं, माशाल्लाह, कीप इट अप। जिशान बाजवा कह रहे हैं, अमेजिंग जॉब। फिजा शकील कह रही हैं, फेलियर इज अ की टू सक्सेस। एग्जैक्टली। मिशल
Yeah.
नोमी कह रही हैं, योर मोटिवेशन ऑफ थाउजेंड ऑफ चाइल्ड अराउंड द एजेस। और आयजा अनवर कह रही हैं, विच बुक इंस्पायर्ड यू द मोस्ट। ये क्वेश्चन है आपके लिए। फिजा शकील कह रही हैं, एग्जैक्टली, रियल पीपल गिव यू अनदर लेवल एक्सपोज टू थिंग्स। Course, Mariam Zahra कह रही हैं, such an amazing name she suggested for her book. Miss Zilomi कह रही हैं, माशाल्लाह, you're a real gem. Nurulan कह रही हैं, oh perfect, you mentioned so rightly. कमेंट्स हो गए हैं। कमेंट्स में एक क्वेश्चन था, which book inspired you the most? तो उसका आंसर आप दे दें।
Yeah, I think a lot of books inspired me, and the inspiration that I have is from a lot of books I have read, and I couldn't pinpoint a book that I thought was the one book that inspired me the most. But recently, I read School for Good and Evil. It's the latest book series that I read, and they have this plot line where the friendship is so strong that they live through a lot of crazy things. For me, that was a really inspiring thing, just learning how strong their friendship was. And there's this character who's going through a lot, but then there's this point where she's falling, and then there's her friend who's there for her. For me, just being there for your friends was a great lesson that I thought was important for the world to learn.
थैंक यू सो मच आपकी सारे टाइम का, जो आपने हमें टाइम दिया अपना, और आपने हमारे साथ इतनी बातें शेयर की, अपना एक्सपीरियंस शेयर किया। इट रियली मीन्स टू अस अ लॉट। बहुत सारे लोग आपको देख रहे हैं, आपको अप्रिशिएट कर रहे हैं। बहुत से लोगों को आपकी बातें बहुत पसंद आई हैं। इतने लोगों को आपने इंस्पायर किया है। आपके आने का बहुत शुक्रिया। और यू आर सच एन इंस्पिरेशन फॉर एट सच यंग एज। बहुत आपका शुक्रिया
Thank
आने
you.
का। इसके साथ ही आप जो हमें सुन रहे हैं उनको मैं उम्मीद करती हूँ कि आज का शो आपको बहुत पसंद आया होगा, क्योंकि आज हमारे शो में माशाल्लाह इतनी टैलेंटेड हमारी गेस्ट आई हुई हैं। इसके साथ ही आपने बहुत कुछ सीखा होगा, बहुत सारी बातों का पता चला होगा। और इसके अलावा आपको बताते चलें कि आप हमें इंस्टा पे भी फॉलो कर सकते हैं, यूट्यूब पे सब्सक्राइब कर सकते हैं, फेसबुक पे हमारा पेज लाइक कर लें। मंडे को शो हमारा होता है वुमेन्सिया, आप हमें हर मंडे मेरा शो जो है वो वॉच करते हैं। इसके अलावा थैंक यू सो मच फॉर जॉइनिंग अस टुडे जुनैरा, एंड थैंक यू सो मच
Thank
आवर
you for
सोशल
having
मीडिया
me.
फैमिली फॉर hearing us, for seeing us, for appreciating us. Thank you so much everyone. आप हमें यूट्यूब पे सब्सक्राइब कर लें एंड फेसबुक पे हमारा पेज लाइक करना मत भूलिएगा। फील फ्री टू हिट अपॉन अस ऑन इंस्टा एंड एफबी। मिलते हैं अगली एपिसोड में, कहीं मत जाइएगा क्योंकि वापस तो यहीं आना है। इसके साथ ही चलते हैं, अल्लाह हाफिज एवरीवन।
Nafees.